Here's my audience. Hi, I'm Margaret Washington, and today I will be speaking about Cornerstone Crossroads Academy in Dallas, Texas. Can you imagine living a life so inconsistent and hopeless that you don't know if you will have somewhere to sleep that night or even if you will eat dinner that night? Cornerstone Crossroads Academy is in Dallas, Texas, and it is a Christian-based nonprofit school that takes a relational approach to teach, discipline, and inspire kids from broken homes and encourages them to turn their lives around. My family and I have been volunteering at this academy for about 5 years now. My dad was actually the president of the school board, and my brother is currently on staff at CCA. And so we've been able to see firsthand the impact that CCA has on these underprivileged kids in South Dallas and turning their lives around. And so today I'll be talking about CCA and its mission and its need for monetary donations, the potential change that exists with donations through CCA, and how this impact relates to you and I. So first, I'll tell you about CCA and its mission. CCA is a private faith-based school that ministers to high school students who have not succeeded in the public school system. These kids come from troubled backgrounds and broken homes, and so they kind of have a sense of hopelessness instilled in them because of their home lives. And according to the Dallas County Juvenile Department website, about 7,000 youth between the ages of 10 and 17 enter into the juvenile system in Dallas alone every year. And so the school is a closed campus because there's a large drug life surrounding the school in that area, and so they kind of try to help the kids not struggle with substance abuse, since a lot of them have pasts that have to deal with substance abuse. And so according to the CCA website, the mission of CCA is to develop urban youth through transformative education, equipping future leaders to impact their communities for Christ. These kids are required to earn 22 credits in order to get their diploma, and they're required to take some Bible classes and stuff like that. So now that you know what CCA is, I'll tell you a little bit about how it actually operates using its donations. CCA is a nonprofit school that relies on donations for all of its operating costs. It's a private school, but the students can't pay for it, or they don't pay for it because they can't. And so these students earn their tuition by donating over 100 community service hours throughout their education at CCA. And so because of that, the actual operating costs are completely funded by donations. And so according to a phone interview I had with CCA's past president, my dad, Billy Washington, CCA operates on a $300,000 budget annually, and so that's not a big budget, but it's completely made up of donations. And these donations cover the cost of operating a school, which you can see here. And so now that you know how CCA financially operates, let's look at the impact that CCA actually has on its students. So CCA has the potential to change lives if it's provided with sufficient funding and support. With donations, CCA would be able to grow and succeed even more than it already has at changing the lives of these underprivileged kids in South Dallas. These kids usually would grow up to be just like their parents. They could be hooked on drugs or in prison. But instead, the kids who attend and graduate from CCA have gone on to, some of them have attended college and they get jobs, and some have joined the military and really turned their lives around because of CCA. And so CCA also doesn't just give them an education, it teaches basic life skills, like how to interview for a job and prepare a budget and stuff like that, that these kids wouldn't know if they hadn't attended CCA. And so with more donations, CCA would have a larger capacity of students. And according to this graph provided by the principal of CCA named Christy Lichtenberg in an email interview I held with her, CCA's budget, staff, and capacity growth have all grown throughout the years, and they're all intertwined and related to each other. And so although our lives may seem worlds apart from the students who attend CCA, we have a lot more in common with them than you may think. The success of CCA relates directly to each of us if we look at its part in the bigger picture. Students who attend CCA and graduate become functioning members of the same society that you and I are a part of. Students have gone on to work for different hotels and restaurants and salons and other places in Dallas, and join the military, like I mentioned earlier. According to my interview with Christy, each year CCA contributes to an estimated net gain to society of over $2 million by producing high school graduates. And that's a number that comes from high school graduates produced in all of America, and CCA is contributing to that. I think that if we want change, we must start small and then work our way bigger. There's a Dallas News article written by Taylor Jackson about poverty in South Dallas, and a quote from it is that empowering these students to unleash their potential requires a strong network of individuals to work together to ensure that students not only have access to education, but can also overcome poverty in our society and create a dramatically different life for themselves. And then one student who attended CCA and graduated has said, I think that if I hadn't come to this school, I would be dead or back in jail. It's kind of like a last chance thing. And so by donating to CCA, you have the potential to give a kid another chance, and so you can make a difference. So does anyone have any questions?
What are some other ways to get involved?
CCA has a really great website, and you can volunteer. They need tutors and mentors and food donations and stuff like that. So just check it out on their website. Okay, wait, let me show the audience. Here's the audience. Okay, thank you.